Welcome to Simmons Says, where I help emerging and struggling writers create intriguing plots and compelling characters to make their stories hard to put down and even harder to forget. Hey, good day, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time of the day it is for you. Welcome to another episode of Simmons Says. Today, I'm going to be talking about the secrets your mystery characters are hiding from you. Because your mystery is only as strong as the people that are trapped inside it. Now, you can have a clever plot, you can have a shocking reveal, but if I don't care, who gets hurt, or if I don't believe who's lying, if I don't understand what someone stands to lose, what's to be gained, what's to be lost, if I don't connect to any of that, then the mystery isn't a story, it's a puzzle with good lighting. I mean, if we're talking film. And mysteries don't live on the cleverness alone, the twists and turns. They live on the tension, the suspense, the pressure of the story. So a lot of emerging writers build mystery characters from quirks, a nervous habit, a scar, or some other feature, facial or physical feature, a favorite drink, particular type of weapon, the way they dress. That's not just the character. That's not really the character. That's more the outer pieces, the decorations, the props, the wardrobe, right? Character shows up when someone is cornered, when telling the truth costs too much, when the wrong answers could ruin their lives or end it, if you know what I mean. So let's build mystery characters the way an investigator thinks. Fast, focused, and honest. If you want to know whether a character, works in a mystery, then try answering these questions. 1, what do they want right now? Not someday, not eventually, not theoretically, but what do they want right now? 2, what do they need, but refuse to admit they need it? Because in mysteries, the unspoken need, the desire, the craving, the goal often creates the lie they have to tell. Okay, number 3, what's the motive under the motive? Justice might really be revenge. Love might mean control. I'm sure we can think of some relationships that move along those lines. Truth might be really about self-preservation. So think about that. 4, what line will they not cross? And what happens if they do? See, that's the invisible line that builds the tension. Will they or won't they? And if they're forced to, what happens then? Now, here's a step writers often skip, and it really does matter. How does this character realistically have the knowledge or the skill that's required to commit the crime? Think about that. You just say a character does X and they do it, and you run through the mystery and then they get caught. At some point, readers or people watching your film or whatever are going to go, wait a minute, how the heck did blah, blah, blah? So you want to ask this question. How does this character realistically have the knowledge or the skills to pull off this crime? So here are 4 possible scenarios by which they could have those skills or knowledge. 1, training. They were taught. 2, proximity. They worked near it, so they became aware of. 3, they obsessed over it. Obsession, right? They studied it ferociously, right? Maybe it started as a hobby, but now they're really into it. Or outsourcing. They hired or coerced or involved someone who had the skills or the knowledge. The 4th one, the outsourcing. That's especially powerful because now your mystery isn't just what happened. It's who else knows, who could be exposed if it comes out, and who might crack under the pressure of the investigation. And here's a mirror question for you to think of as a writer. Right? How much research are you willing to do to make your story believable? Smart mysteries respect the reader or the audience's intelligence. So give that some thought. Here's how you can lock in a mystery character quickly, right? You give them what I might call the traumatic or traumatizing triangle. The secret. What is it that they don't want exposed? The stakes. What do they have to lose or gain if all this comes out, right? The scar. Now, I don't mean just physically. The old wound that's shaping their reaction. People don't lie randomly. They lie because something still hurts. Somehow something wasn't healed in their youth or maybe just in the past couple of years or whatever. So what's that inner scar? Right? And here's a hard rule. A suspect with nothing to hide isn't really a suspect. They're a bystander or a witness. Your suspect should be guilty of something, even if it's not the crime. An affair, a forged document, a financial secret, a cover-up, something. That guilt gives you a pathway for misdirection, for tension, for momentum. They're hiding something, even though, yes, eventually it proves not to be the crime. But the fact that they're hiding something causes your detective to be looking at them differently. Okay. I gave you a lot there. We're coming to the close here. Okay, I want you to remember this. Mystery characters aren't built with just quirks. They're built with pressure. So again, they're under scrutiny. They're being observed. They're being questioned. There's a threat of some secret being revealed. These are all pressure points that if you can use them correctly, will make your story far more compelling, intriguing, and will make the payoff far more satisfying. Here's something that might work for you. As a small preview for, those of you who are listening to the podcast or who've been following my podcast, I've been testing for my Write the Crime, workshops and webinars and students and people that I work with. I've been testing sort of a short set of Write the Crime diagnostic tool software. Quick story checkups designed to help mystery writers make cleaner and clearer decisions without overthinking them. If you'd like to preview one, just reach out, tell me which one you want. I'm going to list them here, and I'll send a link to just one. Okay? All right. I think I've covered about enough for this particular session. Until the next time, go forth and serve the story.